this is Panzer Dragoon Saga. The original Panzer Dragoon and Zwei are like rail shooters, which I've never played, but are also like really highly recommended. And then they did this one, and this is just one of those games that like came from space, like. Nothing like this was out when this came out, and very little like this has come out since, frankly. Although it has Bluetooth graphics, which is apparently the weak point of this emulator, so hopefully it doesn't start breaking apart on me. First and foremost, it has to be said that this game has like a really amazing, unique visual style. If you aren't familiar with Mobius, which sounds like a backhanded compliment, but like that look hadn't quite caught on as ubiquitously as it has since. And it's still a really good look.
We do, Edge.
I should too.
Nihil de insolentio. Although some see a goal.
This is one of those things where someone just made a language.
Well, it is, expert.
Tunes cognitum lua. Quid nostra defensio.
T.
Yep.
Possetu cognitum.
The Envetus. Enaivo and Purgus. Devon est Peltina and Penier.
Devonum est lutema.
Es. De Peltina in Penier. Tues nostem praestem. Noster defensio. Hec. Exceller in Pelnier. Te omnio aude gescalde. Imperial! Focus Miss Entis!
Hostis? Liquor?
栄華を誇った文明が滅んで数千年。かつての力を失った人類は自らが生み出した遺伝子改造による生物兵器に脅かされつつ黄昏の時代を過ごしていた。だが失われた文明の力を借りた帝国が出現した時から再び時代は回り始めた。帝国の手によって発掘された9世紀の兵器は人類の生存を脅かす多数の巨大生物を撃退し、再び我らの時代が来たと人々を歓喜させた。
This guy did decide to dub that actually.
しかし力は欲望を生み、欲望は戦乱を生む。帝国と同じく9世紀の力を手に入れた周辺国家との戦争は深刻化の一途をたどった。自らの優勢を保つため、帝国は9世紀の遺跡の発掘を強引に進める一方で、帝都に大規模な研究機関を設け、わずかずつではあるが、古の時代の謎に迫ろうとしていた。
I don't know if they can actually like properly emulate this these days though, because like I swear this is one of those games where there's like 5 copies in the world.
The trader important. Aoi.
And it is for a
Tema rebel proceed said.
poorly performing system, let's say, that is itself kind of hard to find these days.
Gada Aoi. And a metos
And it really is a special one.
Kaz, Venia Deni, Kunipas, Action Velux.
Oh, really? That really is from a discussion of the works of Mobius and naming his daughter Ronska. Like, what an evocative intro this is. I do really play the first 2 games in this series. And this one, all the way through, really. I have started it here and there several times. Always enjoyed when I played it a lot. Again, like, saving on the Saturn is kind of hard. Or rather, keeping your saves is hard. Just like replace that battery in the little side panel, and then, you know, finish your game in a week. Oh, neat. I forgot Order even existed. That was on the, what, 360? Original Xbox?
Impenia? Sus, nostra sus! Sus! Freya esque!
Stop. De Bertina Langis. Laos de Pors Resta.
De nostra! Abo!
I do find it fascinating that, like, Microsoft has a strategy to just, like, have everybody refer to every system as the Xbox. Like...
Janderis claiming.
Les Frota Festina. Ushe Centuria
If
Venire.
I wanted the current one, I genuinely wouldn't know what to look for. That's a shame. But again, like, Saturn emulation has kind of gotten there, so... Anyone can play these now. Like, I do kind of want someday to track down an actual original Xbox purely for the sake of playing Steel Battalion the proper way. I would need to move first, though, just to set it up. Like...
Prosit Frasiva Impenia. fear posters.
I do get to apologize too for like the ratio of watching intros to playing games going on tonight, but that was kind of the thing for this whole harder generation. And it is very much the reason I'm not like doing systems sequentially, because like I want to put off the PlayStation. It'll take me a while to get through this. I distinctly recall a Valkyrie profile was like 20 full minutes to get to inputs. Like,
Vicarium dera miliarium pars, ie integrum medium civitas. Lerteo univer, ringus sabtaricia, lausving potentia fons.
ooh, looky.
Prestim importa.
Pialitus
Yeah, I feel like if you own Steel Battalion, you need a room dedicated to it.
Des diu Diolangius impenia vanas. Dicia Dave ergateris.
The special chair, the foot pedals, the desk just for that controller,
Teliu diu atrefta.
its own dedicated CRT.
Dena.
Faniba cremen.
Ooh.
Nor geskerde banyara praia teriu. Seduva escatanaus gurigu origu.
So can you tell this game came on 4 discs? Also, I find it interesting that the game is like breaking the fourth wall here. Which is nice, because like it is ambiguous in a lot of games. Am I naming the main character or am I naming my save file? I'm like, no, save file. Nice. So, I want to stress, this is a game from like 1998. And this is the UI it has. Just this very, very, like, WASD and mouse, frankly, set up for a console game. Oh, this does remind myself how it worked through the manual. Support the analog sticky controller they did for Knights, which you will not be seeing tonight, by the way. I don't have it on the Saturn, and I have streamed it before on the Steam version. Of course, I'm playing with a 360 controller tonight because I'm emulating it, and it's like a little weird. All these are designed for that, like, you know, cluster of 6 buttons. I have 2 of them hiding out on the shoulders. It is very much a Dreamcast controller, yeah. Beyond the Dreamcast just like becoming the generic controller everybody uses. But like you can kind of see it.
だいぶ流されたな。早く発掘所に戻らないと。だけどこのドラゴンどうやったら言うことを聞いてくれるんだろう。
You'd think there'd be a tutorial, but no. You kind of have to figure this out yourself for a bit. Whole use like a bunch of like canyons and such. I was it does open up after a while. Do a like proper open map. I hate that up is up. Altitude gauge there. Let's focus on that other half before I actually get my tab real quick. Nope. It's just a very like chill overworld setup here. Ow! We got some birds to say hello to. We got me accidentally going down and I go up because I expect it to be, you know, flight sticky controlled, and it's not. Ma'am. We can also technically reverse very, very slowly. Yeah. And you know, this is fun. That's weird. Okay, so while I just kind of hold forward. Is it rain? Okay, go. Get up really quick, maybe some tree or something. Hang on. I didn't like her. Okay. Again, for being a pretty like early 3D game, this is like a very 3D game. It really strives to be just like extremely cinematic at all times. Yep. Yep. Yeah, this isn't a bad system, this like weird little look mode thing we have going on. It's just odd to see it.
Taichou!
生きてたのか。よく無事で。
隊長、
早く行け。奴らは谷に沿って北へ向かってる。あの男、クレイメンたちを追い、本物の帝国軍が来る前に。
クレイメン誰なんですそいつは。
Yeah, I think Shenmue did like draw some inspiration from this. I know Skies Arcadia did for the combat.
帝国の特務部隊、黒い艦隊を率いる男の話を聞いたことがある。おそらくは奴が。ここを見れば帝国は俺たちを疑う。あの発掘物を奪回する以外、お前の生き延びる方法はない。胸のポケット。そうだ。
隊長、これは。隊長？隊長？
And again, like, this is the sequel to a rail shooter.
クレイメンめ。
Apparently a very good one. Like, every so often on the Saturn, somebody got, like, real ambitious. I think I remember all of this from when I played this for the first time however many years ago, thanks. I just need to remember which attack button was which. That'll be good. Also, which is up and which is down. This part you just kind of get to be frustrated and smash things. I never have combat work in this game. Semi-turn-based thing. I can move around different quadrants here. I can fire my gun. You have to just like paint targets with a dragon's laser. Probably should watch the tutorial. You'll come back to me, I'm sure. There's like so many buttons. Go where I was supposed to then. Now we'll quick try and look at the controls reversed. So I should look at some of my inventory here. Oh right, I have this that I just started with. This here entire book of plot. It's just, you know, like the handbook for being a soldier here. Which has like sections to it. Just going through here at a reasonable speed for anybody who is curious enough to come back and stop and pause through later. A lot of items, and yes. And here's my dragon. There are 4 stats to it. All of these change the appearance accordingly. Okay, these. That's what I should have done. Okay. unfortunately, before you get to like an actual fight with things that fight back. There's a nice like light strategic
しまった
element to it.
構成生物よけの風網か
Say so fast on this. Of course, go this way then. Okay, so this thing is properly. Let's grab my bow. So you have your single target attack that's just like very direct and to the point, and then you have your just sweep over the whole thing for your dragon's auto fire laser blast, which is an interesting pair of options to have. And the actual maneuvering around, just like around clock positions, is important when things are fighting back. Okay, so this is a bit different. Fight back. And there's a little like threat thing on the radar at the bottom for like which sort of directions you're safe in or going to be like definitely attacked in. But there's also stuff like I was able to, with the Dragon Breath there, like do a ton of damage at once by being along its flank, so there's like lots of different targets to hit. It isn't the consequences of my actions. I'm mostly like interested in like getting to an actual town. I do appreciate airships to have like a bunch of wings on them like that. back. Let's search up a bit. He said swing on the back. They're kind of putting position on that. Just gotta explode to keep the polygons there. This is an RPG after all. I guess berserks are spells. It's not time for them. Point in the back, stay away from their mouth sort of thing, or like swing around for the risky shot into their mouth sort of thing. You get the idea. We've all played Skies Arcadia, which did similar stuff with the ship combat. But other than that, though, like again, this game is from space. Like definitely at the time, nothing else really like looked or sounded or like acted like it. Ooh. Oh. That's a problem. Not be here. I do like the idea that you can just like save up like 3 turns just at your leisure. Just like dynamism into it when you're just kind of moving up this way to like rest up for a bit and then swooping into position to actually get your attack off. Yeah, after you escape from this whole, like, big Imperial mining facility, which I may have done. Fish. One of these is facing towards me. That's less than ideal. kind of a feel of this. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm close to like the first town of the game. 'Cause... Maybe I need to shop that into things. So I need to heal yet? No, I'm good. So I just get turned around. I may have got turned around. Didn't practice turned around. Not the worst way to hide like loading zones, these little tunnels. You're kind of great on each fight too, get better experience and chance for items for, you know, doing them nice and clean. There's more 50 techniques. Very much a watch the later sort of game, honestly. Glad I healed. Way more control over the gun than you do the laser breath, which just kind of like grabs the nearest 4 targets. Where he is. Definitely should have looked at the whole berserk things. I totally don't know the mechanic. Oh, this is also a thing. Got their little enemy viewer. Good lord. it is straight up spell, isn't it? That's how I thought that worked. Nice to confirm it. I do like the idea of just like your dragon gets to track away fish when you're looking for stuff to smash. Not gonna turn to did forget the it's a neat game. I've been playing for close to an hour, but it deserves it.
どこまで続いてるんだろう。
So now I was thinking.
なんだ。どうした。何が起こってるんだ。よし、行ってみよう。
There's also spots later on where you can just like stop and just like make a little campsite, pet your dragon on the snoot. Encourage it to grow its stats in different ways. It still impressed me too with like games of a certain age, like just having really good camera work. It doesn't really matter how low your polygon count is, it's still gonna look really nice. Like your polygon count or your texture memory. Not to be in front of that. What did I just say? Remember life spells. He's now very angry. Not get away in time. appreciate too, a lot of things have like, you know, their big frontal attack. Then also, if you go right behind them, they have a little tail whip or whatever to deal with you. Good. Powers. There's attack flowers. Please stop eating my dragon. Okay. Just got to heal up in there. We'll finish up here. Or not. Yeah, like it's a very simple combat system, but there's a lot of strategy to it. Already say. It's semi-turn based. Very ATB like in practice. Like maneuvering doesn't like cost you an action point, but it does require it to be your turn.
うわこれは一体あんたのドラゴンなのか？
僕のってわけじゃない。なぜか言うことは聞いてくれるんだけど。
ドラゴンね、そうか。確かにこいつがあれば帝国とも戦える。
帝国と戦うだって。まさかお前もクレイメンの。
ちょっと待てよ。人違いだって。クレーメンの中じゃない。俺はシーカーだ。
シーカー？洞窟集団の？
おいおい、人聞きが悪いな。俺たちが洞窟者なら帝国だってそうさ。あの宝の山が奴らのもんだって誰が決めた？
そのシーカーのあんたがなぜこんなところに？
仲間との合流地点に向かってたんだが、近道をしてたらあいつに襲われてな。助かったよ。で、ついでと言っちゃなんだが、俺をそこまで運んでくれないか。
Okay, finally this time.
いや、何、そう遠くはない。カイナスの村って言って、ここのすぐ南さ。そんなに警戒すんなよ。一人旅には慣れてないんだろ。力になるぜ。
just like just the attention to detail, like having the dragon like stop and take a little nap
だ
here
け
while
ど
you're
その
talking.
村に行くだけだ。
ああ、十分十分。ああ、自己紹介がまだだったな。俺の名はガッシュ。本名はスキアド・オプス・ガッシュって言うんだが。ああ、ガッシュでいい。こう見えても、この辺りの情報には詳しいんだ。遺跡のこと、構成生物のこと、何だって教えてやるぜ。
Okay, so here we have our actual world map. Such as it is. Yeah, like the towns in this game are like, I don't know, something out of like an RPG or an MMO from like 2005. This was like 1998. This was not the established thing yet at all.
ここもやられたのか。やられた？構成生物、あの化け物どもさ。
Like this is a peer of like PlayStation RPGs which do appear in your
だ
background.
が、なんで突然。
And like Ocarina of Time.
俺はこの辺りを調べてくる。悪いが、もう一晩だけ付き合ってくれ。
ああ。
And here we are doing like, you know, extensive motion capture and like fully three-dimensional environments. This like D-pad single button based like mouse look stuff. Tons of world building and just like very quiet pacing. Definitely nothing at all like it at the time, and like I'm hard pressed to think of anything like this now.
で、こんなのと一緒に旅をすることになったのか。
Like I guess
俺たちシーカーの間じゃ、ドラゴンは神様の使いってことになってる。
you know, this doesn't hold that much of a candle next
神
to
様
like
なんて世界を守る存在がいるんなら、
Shadow of the Colossus for this sort of thing, but that is a whole hard generation later.
まあ、帝国じゃ逆の言われ方をしてるし。
And nobody like that either for some reason.
逆？
9世紀を滅ぼした悪魔だぜよ。そりゃそうも言いたくなるさ。奴ら何度も手痛い目に遭ってるからな。まあ、その辺はあんたの方が詳しいか。傭兵とはいえ帝国にいたんだろ。
That being said,
「で、これからどうすんだい？
隊長にはクレイメンを追えって言われた。だけどそうじゃなくても隊長やみんなの
after
敵を
this
打ち
little
たい。
plot bit, I think I might
敵討ちか。
be ready to move on to the next
まあ
game.
それもいいさ。どちらにしてもよほどの目的がないと辛いからな。辺境の旅は。
This is definitely wanted to like share people a bit though, because like it's one of those games you hear about a lot from like, you know, the Legends old sailor style. But well, I guess now it's actually not that hard to track down a playable copy of it. Like, again, I spent like an hour last night. Found a big old pile of disk images and an emulator and BIOS and all that. But you know, you could not emulate a Saturn until like what, a year or two ago properly.
あるもの。いや、人を探してる。絶対の客人とでも訳せばいいのかな。
This is this lost little gem for the
旧世
longest
紀の
time.
記録にはそう書いてある。
絶対の客人
Plot was not anything special, but like the presentation of this
そ
game.
れ以上は言えんな。そのクレーメンティアさ、砂漠へ向かったぜ。そのせいで砂漠の構成生物がここに攻め込んだのさ。シーカーは死んでも仲間に情報を伝える術を知ってる。この村にいた仲間が残した遺言さ。
And the way comic books are like, again, like basically a Genesis controller is pretty impressive. That's a very important thing. How much space do I have? Quite a lot, actually. Not the most creative name, but you know. There's a whole system in the background that like tracks dragon affection points. And they'll go to this trouble of like having all these little custom animations.
Ah, 俺も連れてってくれよ。実はここで仲間と会った後、砂漠の向こうで別のシーカーと合流するはずだったんだ。
And they have like
だ
free
けど
camera control. You
一
can
人
do
で砂
cutscenes
漠越え
too.
はできないし。な、頼むぜ。ありがたい。その代わり、砂漠
For
の越え
now,
方は俺が
we're
教えて
taking
や
to
る。
it. That's our taste of that.
大丈夫。
Again, like beautiful game.